Good afternoon. This is Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures. Today is Friday, August 16th, which means it is your last chance to get signed up for our updates from Pro Farmer Crop Tour. I'll be on the eastern leg driving down to Ohio Sunday night. And then on Monday, we go through Ohio and then work our way into Indiana, through Illinois, into Iowa, and up to Minnesota. I'll be sending out the normal daily grain and livestock commentary each and every morning, along with special updates from my route each and every day. So if you want to get those updates emailed directly to you, head over to bluelinefutures.com. From there, you can select Markets and Research. That drops you down to Crop Tour 2024. And from there, submit your information, get signed up for the updates, and we'll send you a free koozie as well, because who doesn't love corn? And who doesn't need an I Love Corn koozie to keep their favorite beverage cold this summer? So head over to bluelinefutures.com, get signed up, and we'll get that koozie sent out to you. And those updates will start coming to you Monday morning. Now that we got that plug out of the way, we can go over some of today's price action, which was mostly lower across the board, grains and livestock, with the exception of the wheat complex. We'll start with the closing prices for grains. At the close, we saw December corn futures 4.5 cents lower to settle at 392.5. New crop November soybean futures 11.5 cents lower, settling at 957. And on the wheat side, again, it was slightly higher. The September Chicago contract 1.75 cents higher. We had the hard red wheat and spring wheat contracts also higher on the day. On the livestock side of things, it was very, very red. October live cattle, $2.45 lower to settle at $178.30. September feeder cattle, $4.17 lower to settle at $239.50. And on the snout side, it was the October contract leading the way lower, $1.42 down on the day to settle at $75.07. What are we going to talk about with all that negativity? Well, at least the cattle complex has offered a little bit more of a two-sided trade over the last couple of weeks, as opposed to grains, which have just been a slow bleed lower. So we're going to touch on the October live cattle contract. We've got this pulled up here. And I also want to kind of bring to light the livestock roundup that we send out each and every morning as well. This is more of an update of what we're looking for each and every morning. Now, we talked about the market being really oversold here at the first week of August and looking for a potential relief rally towards the 50% retracement. We nearly kissed it yesterday. We came about 12 cents away, which really raised a little bit of a caution flag that we took out the previous day's highs. We were right near the 50% retracement and then finished near the lows of the day. And we talked about support in this morning's report coming in at 179.35 to 180.50. And we noted if this support pocket gives way, we could see selling momentum pick back up in a more meaningful way, with the next downside objective coming in from 176.35 to 177.22. which is really right where the market got to. So again, these morning reports, they aren't the Bible by any means, but it's a good way for us to put our thoughts on paper and at least have some price objectives out there and downside targets or upside targets to kind of keep an eye on, so you're not reactive, you have a plan in place ahead of time. So where does that leave us going into next week's trade? Can we get a little bit of relief from here? Do we continue to make new lows for the move? To be determined. I don't have the magic 8-ball. My concern is that we have seen the shift take place, and we're going to continue to see the path of least resistance be lower. That doesn't mean there aren't going to be tradable opportunities to the upside, but we've been in the camp that rallies are meant to be sold for a while now and continue to believe that. My concern is that we break and close below these lows and we go retest these lows from back in April. For October, that might be a little bit of a stretch. Those lows come in near 171. But in those deferred contracts, I think you're going to want to be a little bit more proactive, again, especially if you're looking at it from a hedger's standpoint. And really the same can be said with the feeder cattle market. And if you want to reach out to us and talk about different ways to play for the downside or protect the downside, feel free to reach out. We've got a great team on hand that is ready, willing, and able to help, whether that be with the futures side or options or a combination of futures and options to help mitigate some risk. And again, my concern is that we saw what we saw at the end of last year, where we just continued to make a series of lower highs and lower lows with intermittent relief rallies. Does the fundamental landscape really change much? It hasn't as of yet, but it seems like the futures market is trying to price something in. There's a lot of headline risk still lingering out there from everything that's going on overseas, to the economy, to the election, etc., etc. And I think that's going to continue to at least limit the upside potential in some of these markets. So that's what we're looking at going into next week's trade. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and do not forget to head over to bluelinefutures.com and get signed up for the crop tour updates in your free koozie. So that's all I got for today. Next time you see me, I'll probably be in a cornfield. I'll be sending out video updates as well as written updates. So again, go get yourself signed up. Remember, trading futures and options involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors.
Hi, I'm Oliver Sloat, Vice President and co-founder of Blue Line Futures. Join me on my journey for this year's Pro Farmer Crop Tour, August 19th to the 22nd. I'll be on the eastern leg, which starts in Ohio, goes through Indiana, Illinois, into Iowa, and then up to Minnesota. I'll be sending out my normal daily grain market commentary as well as special updates from my findings on my route throughout each day. Sign up for these updates by filling out the form on this page, and we'll send you one of the best looking koozies around. And I love corn koozie, because who doesn't love corn? Thank you, and I look forward to you joining me on my journey.